If there is professional skilling up of leaders on how to handle performance management reviews, then there is some hope. The addressing of fundamental time management and delegation issues are closely tied in with that goal. Just spending time on the conversation model itself is pointless if there is not the proper boss focus on the employee dialogue. Konnichiwa and welcome to the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and much more importantly, you are a student of leadership highly motivated to be the best in your business field. Today's show is brought to you by our Dale Carnegie course. This course focuses on the 5 drivers of business success: confidence, communication, leadership, people skills, and stress management. This course is running at a 98.3% average satisfaction rate over the last 5 years, so we know it works well here in Japan. Hosted in-house or send people to our public programs. If you have a performance or people challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Grab our other free white papers, guidebooks, reports, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus a whole lot more over at japan.dalecarnegie.com. I do 3 weekly podcasts, and if you have an interest in presentations, search for the Presentations Japan series in iTunes, and if your interest is sales, then look for the Sales Japan series also on iTunes. Before we get going for today, we have our handy Japanese phrase. Now, a little while ago, we did Saikin wa dou desu ka? Saikin wa dou desu ka? How things going? And last time we looked at this, we said, mama nantoka, surviving, going okay. Another way of answering if someone says Saikin wa dou desu ka? How things going? Saikin wa dou desu ka? You can say mama desu. Mama desu. So-so. How things going? So-so. Mama desu. How things going? So-so. Mama desu. Saikin wa dou desu ka? Mama desu. So, today's episode is number 187, and we are talking about still stinky performance assessments. Seems hardly a day goes by when yet another big player announces they are no longer using annual performance assessments. Basically, this is a combination of clever corporate PR and a recognition that their managers were not up to the job of leading their people. Performance assessments have moved from once a year to twice a year as a formal construct to now regular discussions between leaders and the led. Has anything really changed except the patina of modernity and cutting-edge investor relations department propaganda? The issues are the same. How do we evaluate our teams? How do we determine who to promote or reward with pay rises, bonuses, higher commissions, etc.? How do we get some consistency across the entire organisation so that the same performance level is evaluated and rewarded in basically the same manner? When you have big teams, this is tricky. Whether we are going to do these reviews weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, biannually, or annually makes little difference if it isn't being done well. Being annoying more frequently isn't progress. Employee satisfaction surveys and engagement surveys consistently indicate that most performance reviews are not well done. Usually neither party comes out of the affair feeling more motivated, empowered, inspired, and better as a result of the process. Having more frequent, poor quality dialogues doesn't help much. Leaders who can't communicate properly just keep piling on the damage, and now, under the new regime, they have the chance to ruin more occasions more often. Previously, it was expected that somehow bosses would have regular feedback sessions with staff throughout the year, rolling up into either annual or biannual formal evaluation processes. This in reality is such a rare event. Normally, email tsunami, meeting deluge, and reporting rampage combine in a perfect storm with poor time management skills and non-existent delegation capability to ensure the boss is maxed out. Poor or excellent conversations are simply not held because the boss is too busy. Moving to a more codified, frequent model of conversation implies there is sufficient schedule availability for this to happen, and also that the proper preparation is being done prior to the conversation. What magic unfolded that a notoriously poor time manager running a delegation-free zone can now function more professionally? Actually, none. And now they just have an additional level of reporting to complete. They are already busy. If there is professional skilling up of leaders on how to handle performance management reviews, then there is some hope. The addressing of fundamental time management and delegation issues are closely tied in with that goal. Just spending time on the conversation model itself is pointless if there is not the proper boss focus on the employee dialogue. That focus is a product of time management, communication, and people skills. Training in improving all three would make a lot of sense, but is this the case? Does the new wind of groovy corporate change bring forth a holistic fix? People do make a difference, and they are usually the most expensive and valuable component of any operation. Recognising the current state of play with annual discussions is not sufficient is a good step forward. Recognising what is needed is trickier. Retraining busy, unrepentant bosses to be better communicators is certainly needed, but usually not done well enough. This is not the quick fix of a 2-hour workshop. Of course, the HR function can safely check the box that the training has been completed and move on. The reality, however, is the people part is still left trailing behind. Getting bosses to move out of their comfort zones and do new things is not achieved by just giving them more or new information. Intellectually, they may get it, but what comes out of their mouths will be the same old, same old. The skilling up process needs to address the risks and fears of doing new things and have immediate linkage between the theory and the practice. Knowing about something and doing it are not the same thing. If we all abandon current review schedules for the fashion of permanent reviews, then we have to do a lot better at handling the content of the conversations. Unless this becomes a reality, this will be another fad, hangs around for a while, and then is taken out the back and quietly garroted. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then help other students of leadership and share it around. As mentioned, if you have a performance or people challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Also remember to access your Dale Carnegie training free reports, white papers, guidebooks, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information. There's a lot of stuff there. Go to our website, japan.dalecarnegie.com. Check out my other podcasts, the Presentation Japan series and the Sales Japan series on iTunes. In the next session, we will be looking at buying people.